Hello. This is Smiley Ofi. Welcome once again to my channel. Today I'll be showing you how I make mac and cheese for my daughter. It's very easy to make and it's nutritious. So these are the ingredients. I use 1 box of the Kraft macaroni and cheese. I also use carrots. This is half of a large carrot. If it's small, I usually use the whole carrot, but this was a big carrot, so I cut it into 2. And then I have some cauliflower. This is about 3. How do you call it? 3 bulbs, or this is like 3 of the cauliflower that I cut off. I'm gonna chop it up with the carrot into small pieces and blend. I have here my seasoned salt. I'll be adding a little bit. I'll be adding about a teaspoon just to season it. About a teaspoon of the seasoned salt. Same thing goes for the onion powder. I'm also gonna add about a teaspoon of the onion powder. I have my milk here. This is the whole milk. This is all I had left, so I poured everything out of the bottle. So this is 1 cup of whole milk. I also have here tuna. So this is a small can. It's 5 ounces of the canned tuna. And then I have here half a stick of unsalted butter. So since I'll be adding the seasoned salt, I used unsalted butter. If I wasn't adding salt and I had the salted butter, I would have used it, but unsalted butter and the seasoned salt is fine. If you have the salted butter, then you may not need to add the salt, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and prep it and then we continue. Okay, so I chopped up the cauliflower and the carrots. I put everything in the blender and I added the milk. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend it, alright? Okay, so I'm done blending it. It's almost like a smoothie. Yeah, it's a little thick, but it will work, alright? So we're gonna go ahead, put the macaroni on the stove, cook it with some water, and then I'll add it to cook as well. Okay guys, so I wanted to also add that I added a little bit of paprika, about a teaspoon or so. I forgot to mention that as well. So I add a little bit of paprika, about 1 teaspoon. So I added the seasoned salt, the onion powder, and the paprika. That's why it looks like this. And I put about 3 cups of water to help the macaroni cook. Okay, so I'll put this on in a medium heat, let it come to a boil, and then I will add the blended cauliflower, carrot, and milk, okay, to cook everything together. So I'm gonna cover it and then we let it come to a boil. Okay guys, you can see it's boiling now. I'm gonna add the blended cauliflower and carrots with the milk. See? Yeah. And the color of the carrot, you see, it gives it a nice color, like the color of the cheese. So it's nice. So I'll mix everything and let it boil. I'll let it cook till it starts to thicken up a bit, and let the macaroni cook to become soft. Then I'll add the cheese sauce packet that was included in the macaroni box with the butter and the tuna, okay? I'll let this cook so it thickens up a bit, okay? Alright, so this is the packet of cheese sauce that was in the macaroni and cheese box. I'm gonna pour it in and mix it. So I put it in. I'm gonna mix everything inside. No. So at this point, I'm gonna add the butter. That's a half a stick of butter, and then the tuna. Wow.
All right, so the tuna is in. We're gonna mix it. So we mix and stir. That's my daughter in the background. She watches too much Ryan on YouTube. Say agitate, agitate. Okay. So guys, by the way, if you don't want to use tuna, that's fine. You could use ground beef. Sometimes I use ground beef, sometimes I use tuna. Okay? So whatever you prefer, you can go ahead and add. So at this point, I'll just let it cook a little bit, let it thicken up a bit more. Okay? It still has water in it. The flavor is different when you let it cook and there's less water in it. When it's well cooked, you can see a difference in the flavor. And some of you may probably be wondering, why don't I chop the cauliflower and put it in? So initially when I started making mac and cheese for my daughter, I used to cut the cauliflower into small pieces and add it. And she noticed that I was adding the cauliflower and the carrot. And she's a very picky eater. Whenever she notices any slight difference in the food, she's not gonna eat it. So I decided to blend everything up and mix it. So that way she's not gonna know. And it tastes really good. And by the way, I choose cauliflower because it's a superfood. It's very healthy. It has a lot of fiber. So even though it's macaroni and cheese, the cauliflower and the carrot, besides giving it a nice flavor, is very nutritious. And the fiber in the cauliflower and carrot, trust me, she eats this, no constipation. It's very good for her tummy. So you kill two birds with one stone. You eat a nice, nutritious diet, tasty as well, and also deal with constipation. So I have no issues with constipation whenever she eats it. Alright? And actually the baby likes eating it too because it's very easy to eat. It's soft and it's tasty. Easy to eat. So guys, as you can see, it's well cooked now. See, it's thicker now, and the flavor is much better. So I'm gonna scoop it out, let it cool down, and then give it to my daughter. Okay guys, so this is it. I'm done. Just like that. This is a box mac and cheese that I added my own little twist to it, and it's healthy to eat, okay? So I'm just gonna let it cool down and give it to my daughter to eat. And this is not only for children, adults can eat it too. It's yummy. You can eat it. Go ahead, share with the kids, or let the kids share with you since it's your food, okay? Go ahead and try it. Let me know how it goes. Okay? All right. Thanks for watching and have fun cooking.